Hello, 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 my lovely friends. Thank you so much for joining me here on A Journey in Light. My name is Joy. Hello. Today's pick a card is a weekly check-in on how is your person currently feeling and thinking about your connection, about you, anything that's going on with them, any messages that come through from Spirit, I will relay. And just know, you don't have to pick the same pile. There's no intention on my end making each pile the same each week. So just go with whichever pile you're drawn to most. If you're drawn to more than one, you could have messages in more than one pile. Always remember this is a general reading, so not everything is going to resonate for everyone. So if it doesn't feel right to you and your situation, don't try to make something fit if it just doesn't. Just understand that part of the message wasn't for you, let it go, and just take the part of the messages that feel true for your situation. And if you're drawn to a pile, you at least have one message in there. So that's why sometimes if you're feeling drawn between two, you could have a bunch of messages, one in the other, or kind of, an even throughout. So use your discernment, use your gut intuition to know what messages are for you. So we have 3 piles today. We have pile 1, which is this piece of citrine. It's a citrine geode chunk. Pile 2, I have a rose quartz chunk. And pile 3, I have sea opal or opalite. It's called, both. So again, we have piles 1, pile 2, pile 3. Take a moment, take a deep breath, go with whichever pile you're drawn to most. Some people pick by the timestamps, the numbers. Those will be in the description box below. And I look forward to seeing you at your pile. Thanks, guys. Hello, my lovely friends. For pile 1, you guys pick the chunk of citrine geode. Today we are using the Chrysalis Tarot for your reading, and I'll be pulling oracle cards and some independent love messages as well. We are doing a weekly check-in of your what's going on in your connection. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome. Anyone who's returning, thank you so much. But yeah, so we kind of do this, I do this reading weekly, and you don't have to pick, I really want people to understand you don't have to pick the same pile each week. It's not the same person. There's no intention on my end of, pile 3 being the same person or pile 2 each week. Again, just go with whichever you're drawn to the most. So if one week you're pile 3, one week you're pile 1, just know that's where your messages lie. But we are doing a check-in on how everyone is feeling, how they're thinking, feeling about you, about the connection, anything that's going on in their life. You guys know I will relay anything that my guides give to me, regardless of how off base it is. And I think it's part of my quirky charm. But yeah, so pile 1, how is their person thinking and feeling? Please. Oop, we had one that wanted to pop out. We have the Queen of Stones, or the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which in this deck is the Artist. Ooh, we have the Queen of Wands that flipped itself around. It's always fun when that happens. Ooh, okay, 2 wanted to come out. We have an Ace of Wands in reverse and a Page of Wands in reverse. We have the Moon in reverse. We have the 10 of Mirrors, which is the 10 of Cups. We have a 2 of Wands in reverse. And we have a Knight of Wands upright. So this is interesting. There's a lot of fire energy here, a lot of wands. So we could have a lot of fire signs in here. If you're not, don't worry about it. It's very interesting, though, that there's so much that is like our Knight and our Queen are upright, but everybody else is kind of below. Anyways, not the point. So just something I find interesting as a reader. Just give me a moment to kind of look over the cards, see what messages start coming through, and then we'll dive in. Okay, well, we're going to start with our Queen of Pentacles in reverse and our Moon in reverse. And what I'm hearing is there is a fear of grounding this connection. Either on the viewer's end or the person you're watching about. There's a sense of fear about taking a next step in this connection or rekindling this connection if you guys are not in communication. Yeah, it's like, it's kind of like, okay, in this card, they're calling the Queen of Pentacles the artist, which is very interesting. And so the message I'm hearing is like, even though they see the beautiful picture of this, what can come of this relationship, there's a big fear, and we'll try to figure that out as we go. But right now I'm just feeling like a fear of the unknown, a fear of commitment, maybe a fear of really grounding, making roots. So the person you're watching about might be a little bit of a fly by the seat of their pants kind of person, maybe not much of a planner. They tend to like not be too rooted, a little bit of a free spirit. So it's not necessarily that they don't want you, it's just they're not sure if they want to be, not necessarily stuck in one place. I don't like saying that, but it's just that fear of being like too grounded. I don't know. Again, I'm getting a very sense of a free spirit here. So then we run into the Queen of Wands, which is clarified by our Ten of Cups. So there is still the desire for this complete package with you. They see you as this beautiful, vibrant person. Like I feel like the chemistry in this group is very alive and well, but maybe held back a lot. So we'll get into that a little bit. But there is a lot of love here from this person, and they, like, again, they can see this beautiful picture, but it's the commitment. I'm hearing commitment phobes in this group. And maybe also like we could have a younger spirit too, not necessarily a younger connection, but you know, like someone that hasn't gotten a chance to really explore the world, and it's something that they're very drawn to, very open spirit, wants to go and live all these things. And not that they don't want to do it with you, they just don't want to be held back by anything. But again, there is a lot of passion. They see you as extremely beautiful. They're very attracted to you, like extremely. We'll jump into the next set of cards in a second. There is still a lot of love, and they see the potential in your guys' dynamics, in your guys' connection. Again, our Ten of Cups is like that happy family card, like it's the full fulfillment. It's like everything you could ever want. So they see that within you. So it's not a lack of seeing it within you. It's just a lack of them not wanting to be held back by anything. So then we run into our Ace of Wands in reverse and our Two of Wands in reverse. And what I'm hearing is this person is extremely attracted to you, but they're held back. So, and I don't know if there's a situation that's causing you guys to not be able to physically be together. There could be some distance here. There could be situations here, which is also like, I'm hearing this person would want, it's like all or nothing with this person. Either they can have you and all of you and go on this thing, but if you can't go with them on this, wherever they're feeling like life should take them, it's like then they'd just rather not even, I'm hearing not even be your friend. It's very interesting. But there is a lot of passion, but again, I feel like it's very held back. And then our Two of Wands is typically about planning for the future, seeing ahead, things like that. And it being blocked is, again, they're like not seeing how you could fit into this free, again, I keep using free-spirited, so I'm assuming that's going to really resonate with a lot of you guys about your person. And also, this is maybe a little bit of you. You know, a lot of relationships do mirror each other. So I know some people are like, oh, I felt like you were reading it about me. Well, sometimes that happens if Spirit wants you to hear a certain message about yourself or have an understanding about your own tendencies and things, and then other times it's just because you guys are simply mirroring each other and you just might not realize it because you don't have enough insight into their side of the story. But then we have our Page of Wands, and again, it's why I feel like this person is held back when it comes to showing passion, but boy do they want to. Like, that desire is so here, you know, the way they see you, the way they want to, I'm hearing they want to conquer you a little bit. Like you'd be like their greatest conquest. I know that sounds very like controlling, and I don't think this person is controlling. It's just like it's a heart, like a very intense desire this person has for you. So there's no lack of passion here, but again, I think it's a very like measured, held back. Maybe for some of you guys, like this person at times has unleashed that, and it's been very intense, but then they pull back because it's like this fear of like, you are someone that they want to spend the rest of their life with, but they have so much more to do that they just can't. They can't commit to anyone, but it's not that they don't want to, or they don't see your value or things like that. They're not at that place in their life. They're ready to go like pillage and adventure and go on a quest. Like we have a ship in the background, you know, arg matey. Pirates might have something to do with somebody. And not that they want to like rape and pillage kind of thing. It's not like they want to go do whatever with everyone. I mean, some of them could have a little bit of that, but it's like a sense of, I want to go see the world. I'm not ready for this. Like, this is intense, and I do see that in you, but I'm just not there yet. I'm not there yet. So what you choose to do with that information is up to you, but this is just kind of how I'm feeling. So when it comes to how they're feeling about you, again, you are the complete package. You are everything they could ever want, but it scares them because they're not ready to settle down. They're not ready to just make roots. They want to go fly. Being drawn to pull some cards from here. So let's see what other messages we can get from Spirit for pile 1. Okay, so 2 cards came out. So we have Community, and the number 8 could be relevant, and then we have Exchanging Gifts, which is 27, which is either 27 is relevant or reduces to a 9. And again, it's like, okay, like this is much like there's these two giraffes here, and there's this little like throw to that's like becoming a house, and there's some birds flying around. I'm reading this very intuitively, and I'm hearing like this is about as grounded as this person wants to be in any one place, like this little makeshift throw to. You know, they have their bags ready to go. The birds are ready to carry them off, but they still have love for you. Like they're still like, even though this is a mom giraffe and a baby giraffe, but I'm still just feeling the love. There's still love and compassion for you, and they understand how precious you are to them. I definitely get the sense of like you're very, like this connection is very precious to them. But again, they're just looking at their bigger picture right now. Exchanging gifts. So when this card comes up, sometimes I feel like it's like physically exchanging actual like tangible gifts, but also sometimes I feel like you guys have like almost like a telepathic gift connection. Like you guys can connect in a like, yeah, telepathic way. I mean, there's no other way to put that. So, but also this person could just want to physically give you gifts. There's a lot of pink petals in here, so it could be like pink flowers, things like that. This one ballerina girl is wearing a mask, so there's a sense of not being fully open about all of this. But again, this person does have that you are special to this person, so please don't doubt that, and try not to take it personal. If this feels like your person and they are wanting to go and experience a lot of things, it's not a lack of care and love for you, and not a lack of understanding how important you are. It's just a lack of them wanting to do more things before they get to that point in their life. Let's see, what cards? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what cards I want to pull next. I know everyone has their favorites. Everybody likes the message cards, and I love them too. I have a bunch of different decks. And if anyone has like deck suggestions for, you guys know I love my White Rose Guidance love message decks, and I have a couple. If you guys have favorites that either you've seen on other channels or other ones, I'm always, even though, I am privy to my favorites, but I like to mix it up. So if anyone has any suggestions of ones you've seen or you like, or you happen to make an independent deck, please let me know in the comments below. Actually, I'm feeling very drawn. I haven't used these in a while. And these are a printable deck that beautiful light worker named Karen, and she's does a lot of twin flame coaching stuff. I'll link this. I don't know if she still has these. Are printable messages. I don't know if she still has them for free, but I know she has them in an Etsy shop. So let's see what messages come up from this deck, because I haven't pulled it out in a while, and I pulled it out today, so this one wants to come out. It says, our paths will always reunite. So this person definitely doesn't want to end things with you. Again, I think they just need to go adventuring. What's the point of it all? So there's that teeter-totter, again, that holding things back, like, well, again, it's that sense of, well, if we can't have it all, like, then what's the point? I'm getting a very all or nothing vibe from this person, and that might just only relate to some of you guys, but I feel like when this person is hot or cold, it's because they get really intense with you, and then they hold back, like, well, what's the point of this? It's not serving me right now. I can't do anything about this, so what's the point? Or if there's a situation holding you guys back. I definitely got that vibe about, someone being wishy-washy, kind of hot, cold, because it's either all or nothing with this person, or if they can't take you with them on their adventures, then what's the point? I'm not man enough for you yet. This can be woman or man, sorry. I'm just not enough for you yet is what we'll go with. So again, they have so much they want to explore, and a part of them finding themselves is going on this adventure that they dream of. And I feel like this person has always wanted, maybe they've been stuck in one place a lot of their life, and maybe they've always been a traveler, but they have this just desire and pull, and they may have talked to you about like their dreams about wanting to travel and see things and experience things, and it's something that's just so a part of them that they can't not do this. I wish we could be together right now, but it's complicated. Again, I just feel like this person, wow, the sun just totally came in my window. This person really does care a lot about you. They're just really trying to, just figure it all out. So let's just pull one more of my little handwritten messages and see what comes up for you guys. One more message for pile 1, please. You are the summer to my winter heart. So again, I feel like this person does have a tendency to be a little hot and cold. Maybe they tend to run cold, but you warm them up, and then they drop back into their kind of old ways, so to speak. So pile 1, I hope this helps. I hope this gives you a little bit of insight to what's going on with your person. As always, I appreciate you guys being here. And all my new subscribers, I appreciate it. I do a monthly giveaway that anyone who's a subscriber that comments, I enter you into a drawing for a free personal reading. I do that once a month. So thanks again, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in a future reading. Hello, my lovely friends for pile 2. You guys picked this chunk of rose quartz. Today we are going over how is your person thinking and feeling about you, about the connection, anything that comes up. You guys know I'm gonna let it out. I am simply the messenger, and today we are using, I just got this tarot deck. It's called the Oceanic Tarot, I believe. I am going to only take the upright, so if they come out reversed, I'm going to flip them to upright, just because I was playing around with this deck, trying to, you know, get acquainted with it, and you know, as I was going, I was just like, you know, I'm not supposed to use reversals in this deck. So I know I usually take a lot of reversals in a majority of my readings, but this deck, for some reason, and again, like the front of the deck isn't very, like, usually they're like, this one is just a mirrored image, so it feels like, you know, it can take reversals. This one's meant to, like, meant to be upright. So I'm just letting you know now that that's what I'm going to do, and that's what, when I was kind of doing my getting to know my deck thing, it just basically told me I'm just supposed to be upright. So we are taking uprights. So I just wanted to be transparent about that with you guys, and why. So we are going over how's your person thinking and feeling. Always remember, this is a general reading. If it doesn't resonate with your situation, just let it go. Also, I do personal readings. You can email me at ajourneyinlight@gmail.com. That's also in the description box. And let's dive right into this. Okay, so we have an 8 of Wands. We have the Vortex, which is the, it's typically the devil, but in this deck it's called the Vortex. We have a 4 of Pentacles. We have Healing, Angel of the Ocean, which is Temperance, which is one of my favorite cards. I love that there's, in the major arcana in this deck, that they're a little different, and it's the ones that are a little different that have popped up so far in your guys' reading. We have the Knight of Swords. We have a 2 of Wands. We have the Hanged Man. We have a 6 of Swords. Okay, guys. Okay, I kind of want to start right off the bat. So we have the 8 of Wands, which is, you know, about, on this card they're calling it travel, but it's a lot about forward movement, fast, quick energy. We have it clarified by the 9 of Swords, and on this thing it says drama. So what I'm hearing is sometimes, like, for your guys' connection, this maybe is a very intense, fast connection that maybe is a little dramatic. I'm hearing there could be, like, as passionate and fiery as it is, it's also, like, as stabbing. I don't know why they're using that term, but I'm hearing, like, maybe there's a lot of harsh words when you guys do, like, have an argument, but I'm hearing, like, this connection, either good or bad, goes from 0 to 60, like, really quickly with this person. And that's not always bad, but I'm just hearing, like, the intensity of it is, like, top notch. But again, intensity can be very exciting, but also sometimes very dramatic, is what I'm being told. So in this card, we have the Devil that pops up, which the Devil a lot has about, or talks about, having a distorted sense of love, sometimes addictions, things like that. And this deck, they're calling it the Vortex, and it's like temptation. But again, I'm feeling like almost like this connection is like a tornado for you, and like it's a lot, very chaotic, very fast. But there is, they're calling it vision, and I feel like you guys are just very connected in a very weird way. Like, you met this person and it's like this instant connection, like a whirlwind connection when you guys met. Like, the intensity is very unreal. Like, I'm feeling very, like, rattled in my chest, which is exciting yet scary. It's like almost like being on a roller coaster. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, when's it gonna go? Woo, you know. So very intense with this person. Okay, but I know we're trying to see how they're, and I'm kind of just going over like what this connection is like, but we have a 4 of Pentacles, which is about security. Sometimes it can be about greed. and not wanting to share. So I feel like when this person pulls back, they pull back hard. And that's clarified by the Hangman, which is in this card called Limbo. So I feel like you're left in limbo. Like you have this intense connection with this person, and then when they like pull back, it's like you're like, well, what just happened? You know, or like it happens so fast that you're like, I don't even know up from down at the moment. So you're like, I'm just gonna hang out here. But you feel, again, I'm hearing like you feel left out in the cold sometimes, because this person may not always express how they're feeling with you. Even like I think when you guys are together, the intensity is so there, but when you're not, it's almost like a feeling of emptiness. Like where did this go? Where did all that intensity go? It's either like so much fire, passion, and then nothing. So we have Temperance here, which is one of my favorite cards. In this card, they're calling it, you know, the Angel of the Ocean and Healing. And this is about blending two energies. And it's usually, for me, it's a card of timing and a card of divine intervention. So it's showing up here, clarified by the Six of Swords, which is calm. It's like I'm hearing for a lot of you guys. Again, this is a general reading, that if you guys have had this intense, crazy connection, there's something about it that's going to be like, there may be, you know, also we have the Hangman here, there could be a huge pause in your guys' connection and your relationship, maybe, you know, a disconnect. But I'm feeling like it's divine intervention has come in to calm things down, because this is too intense for anyone to sustain for any amount of time. And I'm hearing it's for both of you guys. Like there's a lot of lessons that both of you guys need to learn about love, about self-love, about what love really looks like. And it's not always supposed to be like, even as exciting as this turbulent connection is, it's not supposed to be like, again, you can't maintain that. Like you would just wear yourself out. And I feel like some of you guys may already be in this like, I'm just exhausted. Like I feel exuberant, and then on the other side of that, just purely drained by all of this that has gone on. So I feel like a lot of you guys watching are just like, oh, can I really keep going? And I feel like this other person, even though they might not express that, feels very much the same. But again, it's like it's an angel has stepped in and been like, whoa, 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 whoa. You guys are actually like damaging each other more than you're helping each other. So there might be some toxic traits, toxic love traits that have gone on in this connection, you know, either from your person you're watching about, or you, or a little bit of both. There could be some codependency type things going on, and it's just like let's just slow this down, let's calm things down. And that might, again, like just a huge pause has been put on the connection, because it's what you needed. Like there's things that need to be healed. You guys can be passionate, you can be super intense, but again, when it gets, like, there's something toxic about this connection. And not necessarily toxic, just it's not necessarily healthy. And I think if you can be honest with yourself, again, for the people that pertains to, again, general reading, if that isn't fit for you, and this intense connection is super gratifying, cool, awesome. But for those that can really step back and be like, you know, this may not be the healthiest thing for me, and this back and forth, this roller coaster might not be healthy. So you can see this pause of, even though I feel like for a lot of you guys, like I'm feeling very like sick all of a sudden, is agonizing. If you can just flip your perspective to understand it, that it's needed, and start looking at, okay, well, if this time apart is being, you know, divinely guided, what do I need to really do? Can I take my focus off this person for a minute, switch it to myself, and be like, what do I really need to work on? What do I need to heal? What am I needing from this person that I'm not getting that's making me feel less than? That's something I need to work on with myself. And if I can feel that myself, I don't need this person. So when this person comes back in, that neediness is gone, and you guys can just complement each other instead of being codependent on each other. I hope this is all making sense. I want to pull some oracle cards here, see if we can get some more information on what's going on. And I'll pull some love message cards too, so don't worry, I'll pull those. Oop. a fork in the road. So again, I definitely feel like there's been a pause, some decisions, but it's totally divinely guided, guys. So take this fork in the road and flip your perspective off this person. I mean, I'm glad that you're thinking about them and you're here to see this, but I think this message is way more important, that you really need to focus on healing yourself, figuring out what these triggers are that this person brings up in you, and what can you really heal to be more fulfilled and stable on your own. Like, you have so much wisdom within you, it's just you're not even realizing it, and it's time to tap in to yourself and let this crazy monkey show go a little bit, and figure out where you want, what you see your future looking like. And again, just for you, solely for you, take this person off the plate. Like, again, the message is coming through. It's like, switch your focus right now to just you. What do you want for you right now? And what does that look like? And again, not attached to anybody else, just solely for you. And just really think about that, and think about, what do you want your life to look like? What do you really want? Which direction do you want to travel? And don't make that decision based on like what this other person is doing. What do you want is what Spirit is really like for pile 2, is you guys, like, they're really wanting you to just, what do you want? Like, that scene from The Notebook is playing in my head all of a sudden. It's like, well, what do you want? Like, he's like yelling at her and she's like, I don't know, you know, and it's like, you have to figure out, what do you want, you know. And I think that might be relevant to some of you guys too. Maybe that's almost an argument you guys have. Like, I feel like this is like an intensity of connection, like those two in that movie, and they ended up together, you know, but they had to learn their own lessons apart. And if they wouldn't have gone apart, they wouldn't have been able to get back together in the long run, you know. So I think that is a huge like parallel for a lot of you guys, and just something to think about. Like, if you have this amazing intense love like they did in that movie, you know, and I'm talking about The Notebook, so just know, like, they just look at that for a minute and just be like, okay, they had to go, they had to meet other people, they had to learn lessons through other people. Not every lesson you're going to learn is going to be from this one person, and vice versa. So there has to be a level of being like, okay, well, where is this adventure taking me for now? And if you really feel this connected and connected to this person, then know that what is meant for you will never pass you by, you know. But right now it's time to focus on where you want to go. Like, you're paused right now. If there is a split in this connection, take this time to figure out what you want to do. All right, let's see, what else do we have? Sorry, they're having me lecture you guys. Okay, so All That Glitters pops up. This is a lot about, you know, only seeing like the bright and shiny side of subject, but really you're masking the thing. So maybe, you know, you've never really looked at this relationship and been like, well, there are some things that aren't so good, or there aren't some things, you know, shadow aspects of myself I need to work through. So again, we all like to see the beautiful, shiny side of everything, but we also have to respect that all of us have some work to do, some inner work. So that's, you know, and again, we have an angel like peering over this. It's just like, okay, you guys can be together, you guys can glow one day, but let's really work on the things that aren't working, you know. And again, don't put all the blame on this person. You know, take responsibility for what you can control. And right now, all you can control is how you allow things to affect you and your movement forward. And again, I'm hearing, don't make your plans for your future based off their plans. Like, really just sit down and be like, what is it that I really truly want? Because you owe that to yourself. Okay, well, I'm going to pull some love messages because I know everybody loves those. You know, if you're wondering, if you're in this pause from this person and there's a part of you that still, I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting to know what they're thinking and feeling about you. So let's pull some cards for that. So, because this is definitely an intense connection. You're not crazy. It's not just in your head. It's very deeply rooted within you. So I'm almost tempted not to do this, but you know, we'll pull a couple, and then I'll pull one last one. So let's see. I turned out liking you more than I originally planned. This one wants to come. You mean more to me than you know. So this person definitely still cares, guys. I know you're watching this to see how they're feeling about you, and you want to know. So just know that they do care. I do like you a lot. Can you forgive me, please? So again, those harsh words that I felt at the beginning, you know, I feel like they want to be forgiven, but again, this is divinely guided separation here. So there's just stuff you need to work on. I'm wearing the smile you gave me. So again, you still make them smile. They still care a lot about you. They still envision futures with you. But again, right now, like from spirit to you guys, your biggest focus is you right now. And if you can shift your perspective, I think that you'll feel much more like at calm and at ease. And again, this is a period of finding your calm. Like that should be your focus, like finding your calm in all of this chaos that's going on. So pile 2, I hope this helps. I hope this resonates. I hope no one shoots the messenger. I do appreciate you guys commenting, and I know sometimes it's just venting, but I'm just relaying the information that's given to me. So hopefully you can take that with an objective, open mind. And again, thank you guys so much for being here with me. I look forward to seeing you guys in future readings. Thank you so much. Hello, 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 my lovely friends. For pile 3, you guys picked the Sea Opal or Opalite. It's technically like a man-made glass stone. It's not technically a real gemstone, but it is gorgeous. And again, it doesn't show up in this video well, but it's kind of pearlescent. Pretty cool. You can find really cool shapes because it is man-made and stuff, so it's pretty neat. All right, so we are going over, we're just using a classic writer. Ooh, look at the bottom of that. We have the lovers, okay. I always notice stuff like that, but I wanted to show you guys. Anyways, we're using a classic Rider-Waite style deck today. It has such a beautiful mandala picture, so that might be why some of you guys picked this deck. But we are going over how your person is thinking and feeling. I do this reading weekly, but just know you don't need to pick the same pile. It's not done with the intention of being the same person. Just go with whichever pile you're drawn to. Always remember it's a general reading. If you're drawn to more than one, you can go back and watch a different one. And if right off the bat, like I try to start explaining someone, if it doesn't feel right to you, then that might not be your pile. But if you were drawn to it, there's at least one message in there that was meant for you. But let's dive right in. How is your person thinking and feeling about the connection? What's going on with them? What is up? So let's see. All right, we have a 10 of Pentacles in reverse. All right, we have a 2 of Wands in reverse. 4 of Cups. The 9 of Cups in reverse. The Empress. We have the King of Swords. We have a Knight of Pentacles in reverse and the Sun. Okay. So right off the bat, if we're looking at what's going on with this person, and this might not be a stretch, like I feel like some of them have lost maybe some financial standings. They're not feeling very secure. So we have, but again, this non-security thing, I don't necessarily feeling it towards you. I have a feeling just in life. But so we have the Knight, or the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, which is, you know, typically like a very fruitful, grounded connection. It is clarified by our Empress. So there might be like, might be a no contact situation, or you guys might have like, I'm feeling like a little bit like they lost you. I'm hearing like they feel like they lost everything, and they see you as this Empress. So no matter gender that's watching, the Empress or Emperor kind of are universal in and out. So it's just a very strong, secure, confident person, and like extremely beautiful. Like I'm hearing like you check off all the boxes. I don't know why they're putting it that way. This could be like a person that's a planner. And I was getting that as I was going along. So I'm hearing you check off all the boxes of what they want, but there's something that they can't give you everything that you want right now. Like I feel like they're not feeling secure in maybe they're, you know, in their financial, but also I'm hearing also, I don't know why emotionally they're not completely there yet, but I'm hearing they'd want to give you the world, they just don't know how. So we have our Two of Wands, which is a lot about planning for the future. You know, this guy is like standing on his ledge looking out. One of the wands is bolted down, so he can't quite go for it. With it being reverse, again, this sense of someone like lost a lot. But yet we have the King of Swords here, which is our king of thoughts, you know, communication. But I'm hearing like I'm planning on how to fix things. And for a lot of you guys, I'm feeling like you left this person. I mean, their actions might have caused it, but I think ultimately you may have left this person. So they're thinking a lot about it. But it's a sense of, I don't know what to do. So, but they're just being very like, very cold with communication, very held back, and they're feeling very like snubbed. Again, I mean, this might be you trying to offer this cup of love to them, and they've shut you out. But I'm feeling for a good majority of you guys, you have been like, no, I'm sick of your whatever it was. I'm feeling like a lot of you guys turned your back on them, and they're feeling that lack of energy coming their way. So, and then we have a King of Pentacles in reverse. So again, everything grounded about this person. And then we even run into like our Nine of Cups, which is someone who's very independent. So I feel like a lot of people may like possibly, you know, lost their job, lost some money, lost some investments, or I'm hearing lost you. But we want to know, you know, the big question here is, how are they thinking, feeling about you? They still see you as this beautiful person. They still see you as having it all. I feel like a little bit, a lot of you guys were put on a pedestal by this person, and you feel like the sun to them. Like they might be a little codependent on you. But I'm also hearing they didn't necessarily treat you completely fair. Like, so if you guys are in the group that turned away, it was very justified, but I think they know that. For some reason, I'm feeling they're a little smug, that they don't want to admit that they were wrong, but they know that they are wrong. Like they know that they're at fault here in their actions, but they're still just being so stoic and not communicating any of this because they don't quite know how to move forward. Because what do they have to offer? They feel like they don't have anything to offer. I don't necessarily feel like this person has like a self-esteem deficit, but it's like physically, like what do they have to offer you? Because you are very much above them, is what I'm being told. So I'm feeling like this person is just kind of like maybe grumpy at times. Like I'm just like seeing like, like almost like pouting, grumpy. Well, I'm just not going to talk, or like maybe you pointed out maybe something happened where you pointed out their flaws, or you made them feel vulnerable, or you pointed out like maybe you aren't, you know, looking at life. Maybe this person invested way too much in like thinking that, you know, all this material stuff would make them happy, and maybe you pointed out that they didn't. And there's a sense of like they know you're right about whatever this is, but they don't want to admit it. Like they're like, well, I don't do anything wrong and you're wrong, but really inside they know that you're completely right. Again, I don't know what scenario who that is for, but there's a sense of like smugness, like I'm not admitting I'm wrong, but really like, yeah, they know that you're right. It's very interesting coming up here. So I want to pull some oracle cards just to get a little more insight to we have message in a bottle that wanted to pop out. So I think we have a telephone here. This always makes me feel like we didn't have any pages pop up, is they if you guys aren't in communication, they like want to communicate with you, but it's almost like I think they just think about it. It's like putting a letter off and like throwing it in the ocean, be like, well, maybe they'll get that, you know. So I think they think a lot about it, and like, but it's still bottled up. They still keep it trapped, is what I'm hearing. Like this phone is like stuck in this bottle. It's like they want to communicate, but they're, and again, I feel like this person owes you a big I'm sorry, a big you're right, but they're just a little too proud. They're being a little too grumpy, like they're having a little pity party for themselves kind of energy. Okay, and then this was the other card, was no place like home. So what I'm hearing is you feel like home to this person, like they want to come back. It's just they haven't figured out how to like suck up their pride. Again, they think about it. They think about how are they going to communicate with you. But it's almost, it's feeling like it's like almost like a pipe dream. They don't actually do anything about it. I'm trying to see, what does this bird have? I'm not even sure what the bird has in its hands. Like, let's put something on a carrier pigeon, or let's throw something in a bottle in the ocean. Like, that's about as like super serious. Even though they think about it, that's about as far as like the thoughts of actually communicating their I'm sorry to you. It's like they know they need to, but it's like, well, you know, I'll tell them I'm sorry and stick it in a bottle and they'll eventually get it. You know, so there's still, this person needs to like grow the F up a little bit. To be honest with you, there's a sense of that. Like they need to get out of this. Like they might be a little person, like a person that's kind of stuck in the ego. I feel like the viewers watching are a little more woke than this person is. So they're not at your level yet, but you still feel like, you feel like home to them. You feel like the sun. You light them up from the inside, even though they don't want to admit it. Again, I think either you walked away or they try to walk away, but they're not quite able to walk away from this connection too. Again, I just keep hearing like you've told them lots of stuff and they like denied all of it or shut you down, but they know that you're right. Again, I keep getting this like, oh, they're so right. Like they're trying to get over you too. Maybe you guys are both trying to get over each other. You kind of can't get over them. You're watching this because you're curious, and they're the exact same way. They might not be watching tarot because they're not really that woke, but they're still like not able to move past this. They are missing their sun. They miss their home. They miss the light that you gave them. I'm hearing you lit up their world, like literally lit their world on fire. Okay, I'm being drawn to pull some of my favorite cards. These are the White Rose Guidance Love Message cards are my absolute favorite. I have 2 decks of hers. If you don't watch her channel, she's in my description box. She's amazing and just a beautiful soul. I've been blessed to get to chat with her here and there. She's just a wonderful person, so I adore her immensely. So let's see, what does this person, what would they say if they could get over their pride? I don't know why I'm feeling just very like smug. If they can get over their pity party, whatever they're having for themselves, what would they say? My love for you goes so deep. So they definitely feel a lot of love for you. You are my everything underlined. Again, I think this person has a hard time admitting any of this, but you have not left their mind at all. I miss you more than you know. They definitely miss you. Again, they're stuck in their pity party mode, but they're thinking about that message. They're thinking about making that call. Still a little bit further out. I want to travel the world with you. You are my muse. So you guys might have talked about actually traveling, made plans. They might be a little bit of could have some creative people in the group, and you're a source of inspiration and you're a muse to them. Your beauty cascades over me. So yeah, it's very like emperor, like they're beautiful, beautiful like energies. So like they definitely see how beautiful you are. Let's pull her volume 2 deck and get some more messages. I don't know what flipped over. Okay. You're the only one who understands me on a deep level. So again, you're like home to them. They can be truly who they are around you. Like I feel like they've told you a lot of crazy stuff and you've never judged them. You're my long lost best friend. So yeah, you guys have this like intense, like just beautiful connection, like very understanding. I don't know what happened completely, but they're missing you. I find you in music. So you guys have a music connection. This came up last week on this actually pile 3 that a lot of people connected to. That a lot of people, if you guys are watching this again and you were connected to this person this way, that music thing. I'm not going to say the same scenario again, but just know that they communicate with you in music. They think about you in songs. They hear songs and it reminds them of you. So they find you in music. You might have a name that's in a lot of songs too, possibly. And you guys could share special songs and it pops on the radio. It's like divine intervention kind of situation. everything you've said to me, I've taken to heart. So again, I think you've told this person a lot about how, you know, a lot of truths about life. And again, maybe this person just didn't have open eyes to how beautiful love and life really is. And you've really told them that. Again, I don't think that they let you know how impacted they were by you. Which is kind of sucky, but I'm getting that vibe. This person just holds a lot back. I tried to stop these feelings, but now you're burning hotter and brighter than ever within me. So again, it's like that feeling. I got the feeling where they're like, oh, I don't care, but really they're like, oh my gosh, I care so much. Let's get a couple more. The kindness in your heart is so beautiful. So you guys watching, you guys have such a pure, and I'm getting that a lot, like this beautiful white light of love and understanding and compassion that you guys have. I think a lot of you guys probably showed this person unconditional love, and maybe that's the first time they've ever experienced that in their life, and they just didn't even know how to take it. Like, you guys are at a different level than this person, so they're just have to catch up. You know, they're not at your level. They're not at the understanding of life and people and love and all that goodness that you guys seem to harness. They're just not there yet. But they hear you. They have listened to you. They've taken your words to heart. There's this strange, deep connection between us. So yeah, like, you guys are definitely like still very drawn and connected, possibly, you know, telepathically, things like that. Let's see, what else? Love isn't always on time. Please be patient with me. I want to pull one more of my little cards here and see what comes up. Okay. It says, I just need you and some sunsets. So how beautiful is that? You guys might have a sunset connection. It's an Atticus quote. So they ultimately, deep down, all they really want you is, they want you and some sunsets. You know, you are their sun. You know, I feel like they feel a little cold without you in their life if you guys are separate. So pile 3, I hope this helps. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope it gives you some insight. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me here. Just the fact that anyone takes the time to spend their time watching my readings really means the world to me. So as always, thank you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you in a future reading. Bye guys.